So I was working at church 40 hours a week. I was coming home working 20, 30 hours a week. And I was working coaching hours again because I was building a business called Mealfit. You know, I thought of the name in 10 minutes. And then I was doing that. And so everything I was doing was online, sending out meal plans to people. And I can get into logistics and the minutia of it, but that's not really what we're here for. So I started doing that online. And I went to my boss at the church. I said, hey, let me go part-time. And so I went part-time at the church. I cut my hours in half. And I started taking those other 20 hours and started doing this. And it started growing like crazy. And I was in this little bitty town, but I was touching people all over the world. 26 different countries. There were people buying our meal plan from countries I had never even heard of. And I love geography and history. And so it was growing. And so at this point, I had all the hot soccer moms in town say, hey, I'm not going to buy your meal plan, but I'll make the food if you start buying it. Because all I was doing was making food, posting recipes, posting grocery lists, and putting pictures on social media. There was no Instagram at the time. It was Facebook, a little bit of Twitter. That was it. So I started doing that, and it grew. And then I asked myself, I said, what else could I do to grow? And so I rented out a 400 square foot kitchen down going toward Jackson County, about a quarter of a mile from the Jackson County line. It was a barbecue shed, no heat, no air. And I worked in there for about a year and a half, and we started catering and doing meal prep. And that's before the meal prep craze kind of started. This was about 6 or 7 years ago. And it grew. And then we moved to a space right down here, down Cedar. And so you could walk out the front door and you could see the university and see the hospital. And so we started doing lunch, we started doing meal prep, and we started doing catering. That grew. So let me backtrack a little bit. I'm from Birmingham. Never did I want to move back to Birmingham again. I lost nothing there. I loved this town. I've had 3 kids here. My kids are 10, 8, and 3 right now. And I love this place. I never thought I would leave here. Let me tell you something right now. I never thought I would leave this town. And a lot of what I do is weaved in spiritually. But when God kind of moves your heart, you can't really argue with it. And so I felt to move back to Birmingham. So I moved back to Birmingham to start a business there. So we had a business there and a business here. And so I got asked to do the food for a small college. So now we do catering, we do meal prep, and we do food for a small college there. Okay? So we had our place here. We shut it down after a year. It just didn't work. And so that's what I do now.